could say. So let's go with the fourth day. The fourth day is still part of this chasing phase, but this is where if you don't get a deer this day, this is it. This is it. Like, your chances of getting a deer are going to plummet. They're going to go down. They're going to go way, way, way down. And it's going to be November 12th. I say you're here. This is the 12th. Right there. That's the 12th. You're about to go right down the roller coaster. November 12th is going to be the tail end of the chasing phase, from my experience. And you could even go back to that moon phase calendar. Really go back to it. So, okay, you go back to the moon phase calendar. The 8th is to the 9th. That's that first quarter. And then you're the 12th, you're at that waxing gibbous. And you're about to be at that full moon on the 16th. Right here. Right there's that full moon. And let me tell you something. From my experience, the 12th to the 13th is like night and day. It's the 13th to the 19th is that lockdown. I'm going to put that down. Here's lockdown. Or some people call it the peak rut. The peak rut. But I don't call it. It's the peak rut is actually down the mountain. We're talking about deer activity. It's more lockdown. This is where, once you get past the 12th, I truly believe in the state of New Jersey, in the Northeast area, the does, you get past that 50 percentile in estrus. So, and that's where you're going to go into the woods just turn dead. But anyways, let's go back to the 12th. We're not talking about the 13th to the 19th. I have a recording of a buck actually mounting a doe in person. Saw it with my own two eyes. Uncle John, buck mounting a doe on the 19th. The 12th is going to be that last hoorah day. And this is where I'd actually be aggressive and get into doe bedding. I'd hunt the afternoon in doe bedding. And I'd watch the magic. Any day between the 8th and the 12th, definitely go out there, hunt the chasing phase. But I'd have picked 2 days, be the 8th and the 12th of those 2 phases, just because you got that transition. I believe the 8th is the start of the chasing, and then I believe the 8th is the start of the chasing, and then you got the 12th, which is going to be the tail end of that chasing phase. Usually it's about 4 to 5 days per phase. And then you're going to get into that lockdown period, and trust me, you're not going to want to hunt. It's rough. If you do hunt, these are all day sits, maybe a 12 to 2, a 10 to 2. You might have a buck cruising looking for another one. You never know out in the woods, but these are going to be low odds hunts. You don't want to hunt low odds hunts if you're, if you have limited time out, or whatnot. So right now we got 4 days. And we're going to have a 5th day, which is going to be in the post rut. But let's recap those first 4 days. The first day was November 2nd. That is tomorrow. That is going to be the new moon. You want to hunt the morning. You want to hunt the afternoon. You want to do the whole day. And the stars just align. You have the moon. You have the weather. You have, which I believe the, primo seeking phase. It's really, bucks are going to be on their feet looking around. You have territory. You have a lot of, probably have the most options, and I believe the pressure isn't as bad as it is going to be in 2 weeks. So I think that's very important to actually understand. My second day is election day, November 5th. You have the time continuum. Just make sure you go out and vote. I try going to keep politics out of this channel. That's a big policy that we have, but we know who a lot of our followers and the people are in our space, our realm, who they vote for. Just make sure you go out and you have that right. That's the beauty part about our country is we have that right to vote. And usually it's a day off. And it's a great opportunity to hunt, and that's really going to be the tail end of that seeking phase. We're going to be pushing towards that chasing phase. 5th, I think this 6th, I think this is the week that is just like wow. Like if you missed October, if you missed the fall bow period, this is it. The 3rd day is going to be November 8th. And that's where, as I had on here, cross this out, that's the chasing phase. And that's where, this is the peak. This is where, it's going to be fast, it's going to be moving, and you got to be in a moment's notice. Snap your fingers. Your target buck's going to be like that. I think this is where 10% of the does are going to start turning. You're going to have maybe 1 or 2 coming to estrus at this time. But then you got November 12th, and that's my tail end. That's my tail end of that chasing phase right here. And that's where you want to, if you haven't yet, because you don't want to be spooking. Your biggest enemy during the rut is deer hunting pressure. If you spook your deer, you get them nocturnal, you get especially the does. You want to keep the does around this time of the year. It's your hunting season is going to be probably done. A doe in estrus is like a gold mine. It's going to be like, here comes the ice cream truck. Here comes the ice cream truck. It's a hot summer day, and you're a 5-year-old kid just getting done playing baseball. Okay, you're sweating, playing with your friends, and you want to go get yourself one of those ice cream sandwiches. Hey, who doesn't like ice cream? But I also like back straps, and I like big racks. And if you want to get on them, you got to be very strategic of how you hunt. And I still think the hunting pressure is number one. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. You got to know where you're going to hunt. And that November 12th, I think that's where you got to put those chips. If you haven't harvested your target buck, you haven't punched that tag yet, you go put the chips in. Okay, we're getting right into those beds. We're getting right into that doe bedding. I wouldn't say like actually right on there. Maybe right outside. Maybe right outside. And if you get a hot doe, it's still going to be a high odds hunt, and that's what you want. Again, weather, conditions, everything gets trumped by the time of the year of the rut. The rut trumps everything, even 90 degrees in early November, 85 degrees. The rut trumps it. So, which leaves me